Welcome to the Black Gay History Channel. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel for more captivating content. Cowboys are important historical figures in American culture and iconography. Many people equate the idea of cowboys as manly gunslingers, and on some level this may be true. But over the years, the truth about who cowboys actually were became obscured by racism and homophobia. Racism made cowboys seem like white heroic figures, and homophobia erased the truths of real Western life. Experts and scholars on American Western history who have read firsthand accounts of the real Wild West leave no room for mistaking. The real Wild West was much blacker and gayer than Hollywood would lead us to believe. Cowboy work, which usually consisted of cattle or sheep herding, mining, hunting, or trapping, was considered dangerous men's work, where groups of men would live off in the wilderness with no women in sight. These types of settings always attracted men who would seek out male intimacy, or simply were open to these relationships. The term cowboy was specifically meant for black young men who were considered a lower rank than the cowhand, who was usually white. During this period, many young black men were ex-slaves, and cowboy jobs were considered a dangerous last resort for poor young men with little means and no social status. Many cowboys began to work as teenagers and never grew past the age of 21. Older, bigger, and stronger cowboys could take advantage of the younger cowboys in creating, possibly even forcing, sexual and romantic relationships. To illustrate the point, a lyric from a real cowboy tune that was sung on the range goes, "Young cowboys, they have a great fear that old studs, once filled with beer, completely addle, they throw on the saddle and ride them on the rear." Many men, though, willingly participated in what was called bachelor marriages, where unmarried men would be in romantic relationships for many years. One man would usually do the hard labor out on the range, while one would watch camp and do the housework. Campsites with several men doing similar work were common, where many of these cowboys were African, Asian, and Latino, making for an interesting exchange of cultures and even interracial romantic relationships. Historians have even noted that many of these men held same-sex dances where some men would take on the dance role of the woman. I think it's incredible that though these men lived hard lives, they were able to socialize and find love and companionship when so much of their world was so uncertain. It's also cool to know cowboy and Western culture has always been black and queer. Yeehaw!